Sometimes when I see students who study in English medium school where the environment itself is in English, with those students who study in so-called English medium schools where the environment is either Hindi or any other language or their vernacular. If you compare these two students, you will find something different, especially in their spoken English. The child who studied in English medium where he has got the good English environment where everybody speaks in English, you will find that child speaking fluently. Whereas you will see a child maybe brilliant, maybe very intelligent and very smart in English, yet you will find him unable to speak English fluently because he is studying English in an Hindi environment or his vernacular environment. Yes, this is the fact. Why do I say this? Because this is the saddest story of my own life. I studied in English medium school where the environment was Hindi, where everybody spoke Hindi. Even friends, we spoke in Hindi with each other, even though we were studying in English medium school. That is why at the age of 17, when I was in 12th class, I was not able to speak in English fluently. I knew English, I could write well, everything was good, but I was unable to speak English fluently. Then maybe thought because I was not that intelligent in studies, so I just looked at the brilliant students of my class, and what I found that they also had the same condition. They were the students who got 80 marks out of 100, 85, 90 marks out of 100, yet when it came to speaking English, they were unable to speak English fluently. They would hesitate while speaking. Then what is the problem? And I'm sure that you also might be facing such a problem with you. I know that many of you have studied in so-called English medium schools where your vernacular was important language and you studied English only in the class, not outside the class. And you may know well about the grammar and everything about English, but when it comes to speaking, I'm sure that you also stuck. You hesitate to speak. You are not able to speak fluently. What is the reason? What do you think about it? You must think about it. Otherwise, you will be deceived thinking that you are learning English, but you will not learn English at all in your lifetime. You know what is the problem? The problem is you are learning English through either Hindi or any other vernacular that you have. Yes, this is the problem with many students who think they are learning English, but they are not learning English. They are just getting the knowledge of English, but they will never be able to speak English. When I started my spoken English course, I got many students, and all of them came from good schools where they said they studied in English medium schools, but when they came to class, they were unable to speak. I used to ask them, where did you study? They say, yes sir, I studied in good English medium school. And I used to wonder, then why is it that you're not able to speak English? You know why? Because they studied English in the class, not outside the class. And the medium or the environment was their vernacular. I mean their own mother tongue. They did not speak in English and they did not have the environment of English. And this is the saddest story of people who are unable to speak English just because of their environment. So that is why most of the time I say to my students that don't waste your time in learning English through Hindi or maybe any other vernacular that you have, but try to learn English completely through English. Don't go for your mother tongue. You will just waste your time. Unfortunately, nowadays, even many of these spoken English courses we find in our city, in our town, and in YouTube channels, they all teach English through Hindi or through their own mother tongue. And I don't understand. that how can they do it? Because is that how they learn their own mother tongue? No, language learning has to be done with the help of environment. You know that? And if you will just ask them, why do they teach you like that? You know what they say? They say because we don't have an environment. So, if we don't have an environment, does it mean that we will not create an environment like that? We can create it. Now you would ask me, how do you say that? You know what? When I went to college, there were very few people who would speak in English, but I got a friend, who knew little English. So we decided that we would speak only in English, whether we get wrong or right, whatever. Just we will make sure that we would speak in English only. So for 3 or 4 months, we always spoke in English with each other. And finally, after a few months, we were very much, comfortable speaking in English with each other. The fear, the shame that we had, everything just vanished away, and we started speaking fluently with each other. And we were the one who were very much fluent in that entire batch, especially in speaking English, because we decided we would not speak in our mother tongue, we would speak only in English. So that decision helped us. Sometimes I feel so sad by seeing the students who come to me for learning English, but they want me to teach them in their vernacular, in Hindi. Then I have to explain to them, no, this is not the way. If you want to learn English through Hindi, you will develop only Hindi, because that is not the way. You will get only the knowledge of English. You will not learn to speak. Because for speaking, listening is more important. And if you're listening to your mother tongue again and again, even though you are learning English, you will not improve your speaking English. This is how many students are being deceived by the so-called teachers who teach them English through Hindi. Why do you waste your time like that? When I saw this condition of my own life, and I decided that if I would teach English to my students, I will teach them in complete English, so that they would listen and listen and listen English through me, and in that way they will be able to speak. I made a very strict rule in my class that nobody would speak in their vernacular or in their mother tongue. All of them have to speak in English only, whether they know it or not. If they don't know, then they must listen and learn. That's all. They don't need to, speak in their vernacular. If they are speaking in their vernacular, how would they learn English? They would not learn English. They would improve their vernacular only. So, why to waste your time in listening to some English teachers, who teach you in Hindi or in your mother tongue? I know that you may feel a little bit awkward or sad because you have been learning English through your mother tongue, through your vernacular teachers. But let me ask you, how did you learn your own mother tongue? Did you learn your mother tongue with the help of any other language? Or did your parents teach you, your mother tongue with the help of any other language? No. The first language that came into your mind was your own mother tongue. The good thing is that you have got an environment where you could listen to that language often. And because of your continual listening to that language, the words, the sentences sinked into your heart, and you could speak, your mother tongue fluently. This has been my own experience. Basically I am from Andhra Pradesh, and I was born and brought up in central India, where Hindi was the major language, means official language. But my father and mother, they would always speak in Telugu at home. And I was just growing up in that kind of atmosphere, where at home I had to listen to Telugu, and when I go out of my house, I listened to Hindi. So, when I was outside, I was listening to Hindi and I was speaking in Hindi with others. So, I picked up my Hindi very well. And when I was at home, my father and mother, they only spoke in Telugu. They were not educated, by the way. Yet they spoke in Telugu always. So when I was with them, I also listened to them. I saw the expressions in Telugu, and by observing them, by copying them, and by listening to them, I picked up Telugu also at home. So whenever I was at home, I would speak in Telugu, and whenever I would go outside, I would speak in Hindi. So I picked up 2 languages at a time. My father and mother did not teach me Telugu with the help of Hindi. No, even though they knew Hindi. They taught me, or they did not even teach me. They just made, or they prepared an environment of Telugu at home. They would always speak in Telugu, and with the help of that, I could learn Telugu, and I can speak Telugu now. So my dear students, hope you are understanding what I mean to say. So please try to understand these little things which will help you, to understand how to learn any language. If you want to learn any language, don't try to learn that language with the help of your mother tongue. That will not help you. Instead, you learn that language directly by listening to that language again and again and again. Then you can look at those words or sentences and compare it with your mother tongue. That can be okay. What I mean in simple words, for example, take it like you want to learn English through Hindi. What I saw, that even the students and the teachers, both, they teach and they learn English through Hindi. First language they think and they speak and they read is Hindi. Then they go for the translation into English. So what is going on in their mind? Hindi. What are they speaking? Hindi. What are they listening? Hindi. And they are learning translation skills, not spoken English. That is called translation skills. That's why we see in many of the English classes where they teach you a Hindi sentence and they will tell you, okay, you have to translate this into English in this way. You are learning translation skills, not spoken English. You will never be able to learn English spoken in that way. Do you know that? Yes, even I do sometimes translate in English, but I translate in English not with the help of my mother tongue. You know why? Because see, English is a different language and Hindi is a different language. When you talk about language is a culture, the things which are spoken in Hindi, maybe the words could be same, the expressions could be same, but the words are different. Whole culture is involved in language. Do you know that? And how can you just take one culture on the other and you just mess up everything? For example, there are many, idioms in Hindi. For example, if you are learning English through Hindi, sometimes I saw many of the students, they make a mistake of translating these idioms into English. Very funny way. Have you come across such situations? I have come across. Very funny. Is that the way of learning English? No. So why don't you listen to pure English from English people and listen and listen and listen? Then you take those English sentences and see what is the meaning of those sentences in Hindi. I mean, learning English not through Hindi, learning English through English only. This is what the complete thing I wanted to tell you today. So, hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, if you want to clarify anything, please write to me and I'm sure I will help you. And if you really want to learn English, please don't waste your time in the classes where you are taught English through Hindi or from your mother tongue. In that way, you will improve your mother tongue and you will learn only translation skills, but you will not speak in English. Why? Because speaking English is a practical aspect. I always told you. You have to listen and speak the words, same words. Sometimes I give examples of my own children. See, I have 2 kids. They speak Hindi, But at home we always speak in English, so they got the environment. So what do? They listen to English and they speak in English. I did not teach them English with the help of Hindi, giving them the translation skills. No. I know that most of you have the problem and you say that, what to do when we don't have the environment at home. Yes, you are a teacher. That is why you are providing such an environment for your kids. But what about us? Our parents are not that educated and nobody is there to speak to. Okay, dear students, I agree. I understand that in our country, at our homes, we don't have the environment of English. Okay, no problem. But tell me, if you don't have the environment, does it mean that you can't create the environment? You can do it. How? See, when you know that listening is a secret of speaking, listening can be done in many ways. You are to keep your ears busy with English. Don't listen to your mother tongue most often. Otherwise, you will not pick up the English words. What I mean, I want to say that listen to English as much as possible. There are a lot of stuff available, on the internet today, on YouTube, where you can listen to English so much. Yes, you can listen to English. You can listen to English audios. You can listen to English videos. But I see that most of the time, your ears are busy in listening to your mother tongue. That is why you're improving your mother tongue, not English. So, what I mean to say that if you want to build a house, you cannot build a house on somebody's foundation. You have to have a new foundation. Yes, that is what I mean to say. You cannot build a house of English on Hindi foundation. No, you have to completely forget that and go to the pure English foundation, and there you lay a foundation and there you build a building. Yes, that is what I want to say. So, if you want to learn English, you need to forget your mother tongue for some time until you learn English. I did it. That is why I could speak English now. So, hope you have understood. And again, I tell you that if you have not understood, please write to me or maybe call me. See, I have given you my Facebook ID there. You can just write to me. Then I will just talk to you. And if you have any doubt, I can guide you and help you. I am telling you this thing because I really want you to speak English fluently. And I am telling you the right way of learning English. What is that? Learn English through English only. Don't waste your time in learning spoken English through Hindi or through your mother tongue. May God help you to understand whatever I have told you. Okay? Thank you, dear students. God bless you.